The year is 1992. Warner Brothers was looking to revamp the beloved Bugs Bunny character. A staple from the Looney Tunes cartoons, Bugs has been around since the 30s. With the more recent and dangerous presence of networks like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network pushing more modern shows, Warner Brothers launched a new advertising campaign. The recent success of the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit showed business execs that there was an interest in combining live action with animation. Come Super Bowl 26, a new dynamic duo would be born.
Yoo-hoo! Nice short. This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That's all, folks.
Well, that's my line.
Basketball superstar Michael Jordan was on top of the sports world at the time, so what better way to show the world the newest iteration of Bugs than to attempt to sell Nike shoes? But hey, the world loved it and a whole new series of ads were made. These were popular enough to introduce other Looney Tunes characters and NBA stars into the mix, such as Charles Barkley. All the pieces have been set, the audience expressed interest, and Space Jam was born. A movie that dared to do something a movie it did a few years prior, but this time with more product placement. This will be the tale of three rapidly aging men revisiting their childhood in an attempt to see if it holds steady. This is the Combustibles. So everyone kick back, grab a snack, and enjoy the biographical tale of Michael Jordan with Space Jam. Yo, it's Austin, and welcome to my brand new show, The Combustibles. I'll be introducing you guys to my, Manage a trois here in a second, so, hold tight. But I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the Patreon supporters who have helped me out and supported the show and everything. This is only possible thanks to you guys. It's amazing contribution. I'm going to be updating the tiers to reflect some new things pretty soon, so if you're interested in supporting the show and maybe getting these out faster, hey man, just help us out. I don't know if you want to, or just share the video, or if you like it, or if you don't like it. I don't know what you want from me. Any feedback is greatly appreciated, and for anyone who's wondering, no, this is not gonna replace my normal videos. We're gonna try to do it bi-weekly, as well as my videos coming out on the other weeks, so, if everything goes to plan, there'll be a shit ton of content all the time. It's gonna be great. I made sure that this kind of feels like a normal video, so you guys won't be so jarred about it if it's kind of weird, but I hope that you enjoy it, and let's just get into it. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
All right, take one.
What's up, everybody? It's Austin. I'm here with my two good friends here in Texas. I couldn't even start laughing. Here in Texas.
Dude, this is
just in case you
this
thought
is
I was
way
somewhere else.
too fucking hard, dude.
Just in case you thought I was somewhere else. Here in Texas.
What's up, everybody? It's Austin, and I'm here with a brand new show, The Combustibles. I'm here with Zach, or Chappy Zach on Twitter. What's up, man?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, we're not gonna get through this episode.
Would you introduce yourself?
I'm Zach. I'm a writer.
You can talk to the camera if you want.
Oh, hey.
We have cameras.
Yeah.
2 of them. We're gonna switch right now.
Oh, you can't. I can't even.
You can't. You're not
That
even
was
on
not-
that
not
one.
on that
Yeah,
one.
no, fuck you.
Yeah, I got one camera.
What do you do, Zach?
I build Gunpla. Yeah. I paint Gunpla.
You paint Gunpla?
Yeah, I'm really into miniature kits and smalls.
Small. Yeah. Small, great.
Big into smalls.
Yeah, really.
And on my right, Warren, or Bataphobe on Twitter.
Yo, you gotta get the story right, dude.
Yo,
Gunpla channels.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I also do gunpla, but I mostly just as soon as I assemble it and then I just put a clear coat on it and some stickers
with some spray paint.
Yeah. No spray paint.
No spray paint.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said she doesn't like the vapors in the house, so I can't really do that.
We're here today to shit on all of our childhood memories.
What's the first one?
A little movie.
The first memory that we're gonna shit on.
Yeah, when I was born, I watched Space Jam.
Yeah,
so it's my first memory.
Straight out of the womb, right into the fucking basketball. Space Jam is the prequel to one of my favorite video games of all time.
What? Wait, have you guys not heard of it?
What are you?
Barkley showed up in Jam Gaiden. It's an RPG Maker game.
Didn't that
is
come out in like 2006?
Yeah, it's a canonical sequel to Space Jam. So we're gonna see what happens in the movie Space Jam. I'm serious.
You
No,
just
look
get to
that up.
decide that.
Yeah, that's what they did.
I can make like a fucking McDonald's simulator and call it like the
Canonical-
It's a trilogy for Space Jam.
What do you guys remember about Space Jam?
Michael Jordan,
Yeah,
the Bulls.
the Looney Tunes.
I
I like how you said Michael Jordan and the Bulls
And
before
the Bulls.
Looney Tunes.
Are there other Bulls in this movie? I know Barkley. Is Barkley in this movie?
No.
I just made that up.
I think I think that they
There's
were
one other
talking about
player,
making
right?
a sequel
With Charles Barkley.
with
No, with Shaq.
with LeBron.
Oh, gross.
What, you're not a Spurs fan? Is he a Spurs player?
He's not a fucking Spurs player.
Wasn't
I don't even like basketball.
Sports.
And LeBron is not a sports. Okay, let's. Did you see this movie in theaters?
I saw this movie a ton of times in theaters, and my parents kind of got in the habit of just taking me to see a movie and then just letting me go into the theater. Because when you're a kid, you just want to watch garbage, right?
Yeah.
I definitely saw the Digimon movie in theaters. They didn't even try. They're like, okay, go. Bye.
I saw it in theaters. I saw it once. I mean, I wasn't even like really blown away by it. I mean, what my biggest memories from this was the CD because my sister had it.
Oh.
Or not the CD, the
The
tape.
Quad City DJs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like
Damn.
walk up to the jam and ready for the jam. Or what,
That's
I don't know. How does it go?
come
Something
on
like-
and
Close
slam.
enough.
And welcome to
dude.
the jam.
Dude, when did you say? 96?
Walk up to the jam. Get ready
All I
for
know
the
is-
slam. Is it?
So there's actually a track. I had that CD too. Hang 'Em High, I think, was actually like back then. It was kind of a fucking banger. It's got Mystical on it. I forget who else is on it. It was like I hit 'em high, hit 'em high. It was that song was kind of hype.
That
Oh,
whole album was like,
I don't
really, it
remember
had
the
R.
rest.
Kelly on it.
Oh, Basketball Jones with Chris Rock.
yeah.
Holy shit!
Basketball Jones.
I forgot about that, dude.
Baby, woo.
No.
That one?
Yeah.
That's not a good song.
I guess we should talk a little bit about what we remember Space Jam being about, which is a bunch of aliens coming to like kill the Looney Tunes, and
Dude,
then
I
they're-
love the aliens.
yeah, the aliens were great, and they turn into monstars because like
I feel
They're
like,
like
that's
little
not,
tiny aliens.
I
and
feel like
they're
that's not the consensus though. Like when you see people talking about that and you see the memes and shit, they never.
they never talk about the
aliens.
aliens.
They don't talk
Yeah.
about how cool the aliens are.
It's 'cause
They really
don't
only
have
talk about the
taste.
song.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's kind of a like that whole thing has become like a mashup thing that people use. Like, hey, let's combine All Star with Space Jam. And
Has
it just,
no one actually seen Space Jam? I think that's what it is.
I don't
I don't
think.
think
I bet you
millennials
so
have
many
seen
people
Space
ain't,
Jam.
yeah, they ain't seen it.
Damn.
And
So
they're
they're shoving this fucking meme down my throat and they didn't even do the work.
That's fucked up.
Why would they watch this movie?
But we're millennials and we've seen Space Jam.
millennials is pretty broad age group. If you know how to use a computer, if you know what Twitter is, if you call it a hashtag and not a pound symbol, you're a millennial.
So whenever you're like, are you like, pound hello? Michael Jordan was a millennial when this movie came out.
God damn it.
Athletes in general are fucking corny.
Oh yeah,
Like they're not good actors.
and they're all like commercials and movies. Just put them in.
Michael Jordan wasn't even playing. I think this
Oh,
was
he
like real-
retired,
Yeah,
right.
he was after he retired, so he's like
No,
playing
but-
golf or some shit.
Is he currently playing?
No.
No, he's like fucking 50.
Dude, I
now.
don't know Michael
He's
Jordan's
like
age.
oldish. He's so old and washed now. Dude. He's playing like fucking red or black.
That's true.
Dude, you never heard about like the gambling, like Jordan and gambling? Like
No.
he'll apparently will fucking bet you on like, yo, who gets out of the car first at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like anything.
for doing something that is not illegal. Gambling is legal.
Space Jam.
Walk up to
I
the
believe
jam.
I can fly.
Yeah, R.
Ooh,
Kelly.
R. Kelly.
That's it. He was on that soundtrack.
Before peeing on people.
Oh no, he definitely has been peeing on people.
Yeah, he was
way
peeing
Before
longer-
Space Jam?
Wow.
his entire career.
Yeah.
The
As
man's
soon as
been.
he
He's
got-
never not been peeing on
Yeah,
people.
as soon as he got any kind of like power, like any kind of money power, started peeing.
Paying to pee.
The fucking golden shower.
That
is
man
open.
needs to work on his bladder control.
control. Yes, bladder. No, so they're different kind of control.
Well, I think it's about time that we sit down. Enough about peeing on people. Let's hop into the Slam Jam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. The Avid Bowie and the Space Jam.
How many people on that soundtrack are like convicted of sexual assault now?
Oh my god!
Because Mystical was wanted for rape twice.
Whoa, I don't play defense.
Warner Brothers presents Jordan, Bunny.
Special delivery!
Together, they just might save the world. Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
So we just watched Space Jam.
You can barely get that out.
I don't know how I feel about it. We just watched Space Jam, and oh my god, what do you guys think?
Dude, General Feels?
General feels.
I gotta say I loved it.
Yeah?
I mean, I think I liked it.
I loved it too.
I think I liked it more than the first time I watched it. And I saw it in theaters when I was 6 years old.
But not in like a genuine way, right?
Yeah, it's completely.
Not in like a this is a fantastically made, riveting thing.
No, I don't love
shit.
I don't love what they think they were doing. I love what they did.
Right.
Right?
right. Well, clearly,
They didn't know what they were doing.
You got a dissenting opinion here. What are you thinking?
It was dumb.
It was dumb.
Well, yeah.
It was super dumb. But
You think everything
It was
is dumb.
It was dumber than they were trying to be dumb, but it was like a different kind of dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the dumb they thought they were going.
Yeah, that's
for.
why I like. I don't like what they think they were doing, but I do like what they were doing.
The dumb kind of started before we even saw the movie too, because like we picked this up for like what $5 at Target.
Are we just gonna have this on the?
Dude, I'll fucking show it on the screen right now. Like, so this is a single disc DVD, but when you go into special features, it says additional special features on disc 2. Like they just like re-released something.
No disc 2.
No disc 2.
They just made copies of disc 1.
Can you call someone?
We should call
Warner
someone.
Brothers and be like, "Where's my disc 2 at? I want my special features."
It says for more wild and wacky antics, insert this disc into your PC's DVD-ROM drive. Wow, they're like,
ooh, that was back when that was a thing.
this has to be released like in the 90s, like this DVD.
You don't have a DVD ROM drive?
Not you.
Yeah, no, it's not stated.
It's probably a Blu-ray.
Dude,
now.
who has DVD ROMs anymore?
There's one right there.
No, shut up. It's fine.
This is DVD. And this is what happens when you watch DVD.
How do you watch movies?
Surface Boy right here.
What? I
Your
stream them.
Xbox?
What are you talking about? I watch in 4K, like exclusively.
Exclusively in 4K. Well, you watched the movie on DVD-ROM today.
This
I watch cartoons with like perfect gradients.
This
perfect
wasn't
color gradients.
This wasn't 4K, was it?
No, this was a
was a
DVD.
DVD.
I was gonna buy the Blu-ray, but then I was like, well, I could save
It's a waste of money.
$7 if I just get it on DVD.
I kind of am impressed with the transfer of this DVD. Like it looks pretty
fine.
good. Yeah, for a DVD.
The human eye can't even see 4K, so like, you know. But on the main menu screen, like we're looking at the special features. In the main menu, it has that one terrible shot of Bugs Bunny smooching on Michael Jordan, except it's not from the movie.
That never takes place.
They just
made
green
like
screen.
a composite of 2 shots from the movie.
Yeah, like a super blurry ass looking scoreboard. Oh my
That's
God.
before we even hit play.
No. Speaking when we hit play, I totally forgot about
When we
Michael
hit
Jordan
play,
being a baby.
It's baby Michael Jordan and it's R. Kelly singing.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
No, you guys knew. You knew that was coming.
No,
I
I
completely-
knew.
As
I
soon
remember
as
because
soon as it started, you're like, oh, he's a kid.
when I was a little kid, that was like my favorite part because he just kept like swishing it, and I thought that was like the sickest thing. I was like, no one can do that.
They had to set up
No.
the lore. That's
Yeah.
the lore.
Then I want to play in the NBA.
Like that was less believable than like all the Looney
rest
Tunes
of the
shit. I was
movie.
like, no, he can't just keep swishing it. It's past midnight. He's got his parents up. He keeps.
I know his
his
dad came out still fully dressed like he just got off of work
Pants like above his belly button.
and didn't beat his ass.
And his dad was like fully jacked too.
Dude,
Like,
if I was in the house awake at that hour, not even like outside, if I was awake, my dad would be like, "Yo, I'm gonna fucking kill you."
if you were getting snacks, if you were like looking at what was in the fridge, done.
It's game over. This dude's outside, fully clothed, shooting hoops.
That was like
bouncing the ball.
a chain link basketball hoop too. So that thing's making noise.
Oh yeah, he came out and said, "You're making all that fucking noise."
The opening
Racket.
credits, Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, and it's like a 90s schizophrenic chain link fence filter.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
It looked like the background of like an episode of WWE Raw where they have like the people like yelling in front.
It was like a seizure.
Yeah, no, it was. It was
they
also,
went through his yearbooks too.
Yeah.
It was like Michael Jordan lore.
It was the biography.
Yeah,
it was the biography.
We decided this is a biography.
Yeah.
It was just missing negative composites of him doing a layup. Like that was like the only thing. Like
Yeah, I
it
bet
had
if
like
we-
plastic wrap filter.
I bet if we go frame by frame, we'll find some fucked up shit in that beginning sequence. But like, it was weird that we go from he's playing basketball as a kid to now I'm retiring.
Yeah, then the second shot
In a ballroom.
delivering like the least convincing like as an actor lines is like I'm concluding my
Basketball career.
Yeah. And I'm going to be playing baseball now.
For the Barons.
For the Barons.
For the Cincinnati Barons.
And
Cincinnati.
it cuts them, and it looks like a Pee Wee League field. Like there's no stands, there's like no dugout or anything. There's like a couple of people with chain link fence. It looks like your high school's.
There was a dugout because the fucking
The guy-
annoying guy flipped it, did a front flip.
The
into
guy
it.
who from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I had
And then
the-
you could see the little safety mat that he fell on.
Wayne Knight, the acid in the face guy.
I had to Google his name. I was like, who's this guy that always dies?
He was like top build.
Now we'll
like,
never
right
forget
under-
it.
He was in Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure he was. No.
You're being racist.
I'm not.
Against white people.
I'm pretty
Against
sure
fat white
he
people.
was. He was in Seinfeld. You're right here on the fucking phone screen. There he is.
Is he the neighbor? Or
Newman.
Newman.
Because there's George Costanza and then there's Newman.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
He's in
that's-
fucking Seinfeld.
Like as a regular?
Yes. Jason Alexander is George Costanza and Wayne Knight is Newman. He's in multiple seasons.
Oh shit, I'm racist.
Yeah.
I thought that was the same guy. Or I thought you thought that's who that was. You knew that was a separate person, but I thought you were confusing him.
I'm not racist.
How do you know that? How do you know Seinfeld lore?
I watched a little bit of Seinfeld here and there.
So then it cuts to a planet.
Oh yeah,
and it's an amusement park planet. The little creatures, the monsters, start off as like super small.
That whole scene was like sensory overload as it like
That
cuts to
was.
that
The
planet.
colors,
Yeah, and it like hit with every color in the
like,
fucking rainbow.
they did that specifically for
saturated
children.
100%.
Yeah,
100% saturation.
I thought it was gonna have a seizure.
I did.
It was like the poor guy.
You guys
And
were
then-
looking at me during
and
that
then
part
it
in the
was
movie.
like-
I was like, "Ugh."
It was like someone's little cousin doing the voice acting for the monsters.
New ones.
Uh-huh.
Get it?
Big shiny new things. Yeah. Absolutely, sir.
What was the name of the place? Do you remember?
Amusement planet.
Moron
Moron
Mountain.
Moron Mountain.
Moron Mountain. From there, we got like Danny DeVito as the guy whose name I don't even know.
Danny DeVito as the
DeVito. He was DeVito in this movie.
No, he was the only person not phoning it in.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that.
The only person not just he did a good performance for like that type of dumb Danny DeVito character.
You know, we get this villain of Schwackhammer. And I spent a couple of days doing this really evil, crazy man from outer space.
What was his name though?
Cigar alien guy.
Cigar
alien guy.
Okay.
Evil.
Wait, was his
main
name said
villain.
more than one time? Because I don't remember that
I
character's
don't
name.
think they ever said his name.
What are the monsters? What are their names?
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
That's why they're color coded.
The whole scene where he's like drooling and stuff. Definitely like that kind of weird 90s gross things are funny, right?
They're,
Like Ren
they're
and
driving
Stimpy?
it home.
Yeah,
like,
I don't-
like
Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy light.
I don't think they were trying to make him gross. I think they were trying to like just drive home like he's
He's smoking
he's
a
a
cigar.
bad guy.
He's evil.
Yeah.
Bad people drool.
Bad people smoke cigars.
Bad people smoke cigars.
Bad people are fat and
That
sit
drool's
behind a desk.
green though.
And
Is
bald.
that drool or is that
acid?
Gamer slime.
The whole plot of the movie is that he has a failing amusement park.
The whole plot is eat sports.
Oh yeah, that kid was like, well, the fucking
Ride.
kamikaze with a fucking giant gun shooting, trying to kill you, and it's like the guy.
This place sucks.
It's like roulette mixed with an amusement park ride.
I want to go home now. We didn't die. I was hoping we would die this time.
And he's like, you're right. He's like watching the footage.
He's like,
he's
the
right.
customer is always right.
Customer's
Yeah,
always
we
right.
suck.
We should have killed them. He like somehow leans on this desk and it hits a button that turns on like 70 different Looney Tunes cartoons on the television, and
they're like, that's it. We needed an attraction. We need to go get the Looney Tunes.
We need to go enslave cartoon characters.
By the way, they live inside of the planet Earth, past a cell membrane of the WB.
Why did they? So when he watched those cartoons, it was like the 50s versions. Why did it take him that long to realize that that's what they needed?
Dude, light travels slow.
It's like 100 years later.
Yeah. You're 100 light years away, you wouldn't see those.
This is shit that NASA hasn't found yet.
Why the fuck am I thinking about it like a sci-fi writer?
So it's like that the movie with Jodie Foster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, you know how like in Interstellar, like
No.
he's young and his daughter's like the same age.
No.
It's just like that.
Basically the same thing as
Dude,
Space Jam.
I don't know if you know about relativity.
I wonder if all these movies are canon then.
Well, like I said, Space Jam is a canon prequel to that game.
Interstellar.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
Same with Star Wars Episode 8. Specifically 8.
I like 8.
Because they're both bad. No.
With the membrane.
The membrane, and then it's like Looney Tunes Town.
If you want to get in, you have to bust this membrane.
Not, what is it, Mel Blanc? The guy who, it's definitely not Mel Blanc.
Well, I think he had passed away.
Like 2 years before.
Yeah, like
very
a decent amount of time before that. So then...
They spent all the budget on Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and they were just like, who can definitely not do a Bugs Bunny accent?
Well, I imagine they were still making Looney Tunes cartoons of some sort around the time. This is 96.
Well, why didn't they get the actor that was doing those cartoons?
Maybe they did?
Maybe that was him.
Why is it so bad? Why does it sound
Maybe it's because
like...
we're old now and we grew up listening to the old cartoons.
The demographic for that don't give a shit about that.
Like a little bit, because like
No.
you know, Goofy still sounds like Goofy.
If you're
even though
a
it's
kid
a different
and
person.
you just started watching that shit, you're not like, yo, this doesn't sound like the old guy. You don't know who the old guy is.
Yeah.
But we're like,
that's old. That's
old
fucking
and
that's for
decrepit
washed
and
motherfuckers.
jaded.
And the Bugsy talks said the world is around, I think. Ain't I a little stinker?
No, it was rough. They show up and the aliens immediately murder Elmore Fudd.
Oh yeah, he gets crushed by
crushed to death. And
whatever
then-
that thing is called.
The spaceship.
The ship's loading dock.
Yeah. Like not even like playfully, just straight like.
They showed him
not a joke.
They showed him get crushed, and then they showed him for a split second again. He's got like two black eyes, fucking folded like an accordion.
Yeah.
I didn't remember how violent Looney Tunes were.
It's good.
Dude, that was
this movie.
That was like a big thing with like politicians in the 90s. Like
Dude.
they would talk about like
And one whopper headache for Elmer Fudd.
they've always spun the same narrative, dude. They never blame like the actual problems of that shit. They're like, oh, it's whatever media you're.
It's the Looney Tunes.
Real quick? Wait, where's your light?
Let me put on my tinfoil.
I don't think that's is that problematic?
To say that
No, I'll just
Looney
probably
Tunes,
make it.
Dude, Looney Tunes is the problem.
I think that would be a problematic light.
Looney Tunes is the problem.
So, anyways, they're all these short creatures, and they're like, we're gonna enslave you. And they're like, oh, Bugs Bunny just arbitrarily is like, oh wait, no, you can't do that. We have these rules, and he just makes up a rule on the
Writes
spot.
the rule book right there.
He took a book that was called How to Draw Cartoons, and then scratched out the draw.
I didn't
and
even
wrote,
notice that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
He had a book, How to Draw Cartoons. He scratched out draw and wrote How to Capture, and then put a post-it note that in there that says "Give them a chance."
I mean, I
thought that was pretty clever.
That chance is like, oh, we're gonna play basketball because they're short.
That's kind of the way politics works in America.
What the fuck?
Yeah, whenever you want to enslave an entire race, you give
just
them a chance.
You go get a drawing book, and you're like, you start scratching out titles, and you're like, This is what we're doing
This
now.
is what we're doing now.
That's how it works.
Yeah. But they choose basketball as the game because
they're small.
The little baby monsters.
They go to watch a game, and that's like the best part of this movie is them stealing like Charles Barkley and like 4 other spares.
I don't remember
like
their
like
names.
they're spares.
Mugsy.
Muggsy
yeah.
Malone. Bugsy
I
Malone.
don't think it was Balone.
What the fuck? Muggsy.
Ginobili.
Muggsy.
This dude that's like 5'2".
Patrick Ewing.
I don't know the basketball players' names. I'm not super
I
familiar
think
with the sport.
Patrick Ewing was on the Bulls back then, too.
They picked these guys because of character design.
They fit the.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So do you think they already had those designs and picked players that fit them, or did they base them
They
off?
probably did it around the same time, I'd imagine, because one of them was so small, and they're like, "Hey, let's get the short guy."
I love how the orange one, the Barkley one, was like future Barkley. It's like they knew what he would look like down the road, so they decided off of that.
Jesus.
So yeah, they steal their powers,
Which in
basically.
turn makes them basically like cardboard on the.
Not just bad at basketball, but now dumber.
Just
like in
super
general.
dumb.
Like, he's trying
Like
to drink
somebody,
water.
like none of us play basketball, but if I throw a ball at you, you're gonna let that shit hit you in the face.
Yeah,
Absolutely. When Barkley gets back on the court, he's got his hands raised up. He's like, "Hey, throw me the ball."
he actually has to act really hard that he's not good at basketball because there's
when he
like a
goes-
moment where he starts dribbling.
What was the shit where he goes to the court and it's all women?
Oh yeah, the all women's court.
I have never seen that in real life.
And they're like, "You're Charles Barkley," and then they like start playing against him, and he like you could see him like.
He was
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
good, and
dribble.
he was like, "Oh shit!"
And then he took the ball away, and he was just paralyzed.
He
with fear.
started to like get into it, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh wait, I'm supposed to be bad." And then he's like,
You're not Charles Barkley. You're
Be
just
gone! Be gone, Violet!
Charles
She
Barkley.
says, "Be gone."
She
to
does.
Charles Barkley.
"Be gone."
Be gone, vile fiend. Be gone.
Break out. Shouldn't even be here. Be gone. Wanna be? Be gone.
Why was that the line?
It was ad libbed.
Put that in the script.
You
Be gone.
never been on the court, dude. Sometimes you gotta tell.
Like Shakespeare.
break into that fucking
Be
medieval
gone.
shit
Tell
in
him
the
to be
middle of
gone.
it. Michael Jordan playing baseball.
Oh.
That was fine.
When he's
That
in the
was
dugout.
like that was almost like him shitting on himself. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
a
he-
little
That was
bit.
almost like a meta good joke. Like it was a good
He
meta
just
joke.
sucks ass, and the entire team is just sucking his dick.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
yes men.
Good cut, Michael. Good cut.
That was a strikeout, Mike? That was a good-looking strikeout.
The referee or the umpire's just like, we're throwing it this way. Or the catcher.
The catcher is like trying to. He's like,
I know sports.
Yeah, he's like, it's gonna be a ball. Don't swing.
Don't swing.
Yeah.
But then right after that, yeah, we go to Michael Jordan's house with Wayne Knight, I guess. I don't know his character's name either.
Wayne Knight, he had the
Acid face.
They're trying to make
Acid
him
face, man.
They're trying to make him look like he had a busted car, but his car is actually like pretty nice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
to today's standards.
You were
It's
saying
like a
if they
classic
like
car.
if someone was driving that today, they'd be
You'd be fucking balling.
So Jurassic Park Jeep guy like drops him off at his parents' house.
Yeah,
That
it
was-
looks
I
like
think that was
like
I think that
the
was his
family
house.
Okay.
Yeah.
But his mom.
His mom
lived
lives
with him?
there.
All right.
Michael B. Jordan lives with his parents live with him.
I know, but
He
I
lives
just
in a nice house.
I just like the idea. Like he's living at his parents' house.
Not his parents, because only his mom was there.
Well, yeah.
Am I supposed to believe that Michael Jordan, at the end of his first retirement, lived in that little thing?
Lived in a house where the neighbors are just right next door.
Yeah, you could see them.
Yo, what's up, Michael? Just waving. No,
And
that
then
shit
they
ain't
were
gonna
even
happen.
saying like they were like, dude, look at how nice this house is. It's like you're the best in the NBA. Your house is not. You're not living in like that house looked like maybe $1 million house.
That
It's
was-
like,
that
no,
was
you're
his-
not living in $1 million house.
That was his little son's house.
Yeah, that's-
his house
That's
is like on the other
literally
side.
his dog house.
That was like the rental for the side chick.
Yeah.
Side chicks.
Side chicks. I don't think that was Michael Jordan's real family, was it?
Well, we know the mom wasn't.
I know
She
the
was an
mom
actress.
wasn't.
The kids.
I
are
couldn't find any
maybe.
information on the kids. Quick search.
I mean, maybe it was them.
Should I do it
was
real
his
quick?
family.
They were really bad actors.
They were
so
terrible actors.
Why
but,
not?
But child actors are normally bad.
But
That's
if you're
true.
gonna cast someone, why not just
If
cast?
they're gonna be bad anyway.
Yeah. If they're gonna be that bad, but I mean, to be honest, the lines that they gave them were like, "Wow, okay."
Where are you going?
So not only did the cast of Michael Jordan's family have names in the movie, apparently Jasmine, Marcus, and Jeffrey Jordan, none of them were related to him. They were all just 3 random kids. Manor Washington, Eric Gordon, and Penny Bay Bridges.
Oh, okay. So just actors.
Just actors.
Okay.
Also in that house was the strongest dog in the world.
Oh, the dog. Like
They could leap like 6 feet into the air.
I like how that dog played the role of a cartoon dog. Like, it was a real dog.
Actual dog. I kind of love that, actually.
Remember he fucking knocks the whole door down and he's like, I don't know if it was the angle, but they made him look like he was fucking massive.
Yeah.
Cerberus.
The aliens get the ball with all the players' spirits and they turn into huge
Monstars
versions of themselves. I
Yeah,
guess.
we gotta talk about that whites only footage that they had of the basketball game. It was like
they were teaching that
nobody knew how to play basketball
Yeah.
on the Looney Tunes team, so they're like, let's watch a
Let's
documentary.
scrape the bottom of the barrel of the WB reels.
The vault.
The vault, yeah.
Where the Animaniacs live.
The
Just
only
open the
footage
fucking
they had was like
old white people.
whites
There wasn't a
only,
black
like,
person in any of that footage.
that shit was whack, dude.
None of those guys could jump. Not a single one.
That used to be basketball. You know, there's some people who are pissed about like the way the NBA is now, and they want it to go
Of
back
course
to
they
that.
are.
Do we need more white people in the NBA?
How about just get good at the fucking game?
Every fucking every shot is a layup. The dunks are done. No more. you catch the ball with one hand. That's a violation.
Yeah. You can't be over a certain height.
5'8" and under.
Hey, I'm gonna play that game. You can't be
You can
over
do
a
it.
certain height.
You can do that.
I would be allowed.
No behind the back. Ball stays in front at all times.
You shoot with 2 hands like that.
Lay it up like a gentleman.
So,
we also have to talk about the McDonald's.
Oh,
the McDonald's scene. Jordan on the bed, shirtless with the fucking.
Oh yeah.
He's a drink or whatever.
When they're
What
about
was
to go
it?
play golf.
Yeah,
he
was
was
it
like
golf?
he was
Yeah, I
like
think it was
super
golf.
shredded.
Yeah.
Like,
He was dude.
just
Jordan's
shirtless,
ripped. The
ready
whole
to
movie.
yeah. And they oiled him up for that scene.
The dude
he had
kicked the
that
door
wrestler
open.
baby oil on.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
box
all
of
lubed
fries, like an entire box of fries, sitting like next to his TV.
Yeah.
And they're like kind of like spilled halfway out of the box, like the fucking like a
Like
a
product
menu.
placement?
Yeah. That's,
No, but that was like
He
an
walks in and he
actual
just casually-
decent meta joke where the
oh, then he
Wayne
goes
Knight,
down
he's
the
all like,
brand deals.
hey, go ahead and get
Grab
your
your
Gatorades,
Wheaties.
grab your Wheaties and your Nike Airs.
Get your Hanes on, lace up your Nikes, grab your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll pick up a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark.
Like if Michael Jordan walked in on someone doing that, laying around shirtless and just eating burgers, soda, and fries, he would say that thing from that one clip where he's like, "Stop it, get some help." That would be his response to that.
You never actually see him consume any of this though. He's just like holding it.
It's the thing where he just like bites it and spits it out.
Literally product placement.
I just like the way it tastes. So then he goes to play golf with Bill Murray.
Playing Bill Murray
In a pre-Wes Anderson.
That was
Bill
the
Murray.
weirdest.
I could have done without that scene.
The Bill Murray scene where he's like, "Is it because I'm white?"
It's a man's game. And you can't play. What if I tried really hard?
Can you keep it down? I'm trying to hit this ball.
Oh,
That was like so weird. And
he's like he pitches to every person he talks to in that scene.
Like, do you think I could play basketball?
We hear the same gag twice.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's Bill Murray's gag, is that he always wanted to play
I
basketball.
feel like Bill Murray, like the jokes were not
He wrote
written.
those.
Yeah, no, he didn't write them.
He didn't
just
write-
like
he was
walked
like-
in and he was like, "I'll have we'll talk, and I'm only gonna be on set for about 3 hours. I'll have 4 conversations. You record them and you can edit them whatever way." Looks into the camera.
Looks
walks away.
directly into the camera.
Looks directly into the camera. Walks away.
It's just like, is
just
that
doesn't
good? Is that
just
good?
doesn't care. Like you get what I shoot and that's it. Like
So
for
How much
one
do you
day.
think he got paid for that?
25. You know what? He didn't get paid. It was a favor.
Oh, yeah, he actually was a friend of the
It was a
producers.
favor. It was a favor, like he says later in the movie.
I really wouldn't doubt it.
But look at the top billed cast,
Well,
and Bill Murray's just not even on there.
He was in a couple of shit. He was in that Jones. What was that? His body's like he gets like salmonella, and then Chris
Osmosis Jones?
Osmosis Jones!
Oh,
bringing this in Osmosis.
Okay,
This was Osmosis Jones.
You know what's fucking crazy right now? I was gonna bring up an Osmosis Jones moment, but I didn't want to be like too off.
I know. It's on topic because Bill Murray is like the same character.
There's a part in that movie where Chris Rock calls Brandy. Yeah, not her character name, and they left it in the movie.
Wow.
Wait, really?
They just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That was animated.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't give a fuck. They animated the lips
him saying the wrong fucking calling the character by her role.
Holy
That's
crap.
another CG / animation with really same problem with this, where the gradients are like really awkward.
You see the Looney Tunes earlier in the movie, like they animated new sequences when they're like having a call for help, and Michael Jordan's kids watching the Looney Tunes, and Porky Pig just shows up in the middle of a Roadrunner cartoon. It's just like,
we got this union meeting.
We got a union meeting, and then they're like, oh, okay, and they clearly animated that just fine. And then you go to the movie, and everyone's got like we got the big budget. Let's take the Photoshop tool and drag the line down.
Just solid colors. You don't need. It's animation. It doesn't need all these like weird gradients. Things don't need shadows like that. I don't know.
Apparently so. It looked weird.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, we should watch Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, I actually don't like that movie. That's a bad movie.
I feel like
that was a bad movie.
Yeah, but this was I don't know what this was enjoyably.
It's got
bad.
Lawrence Fishburne in it.
This has Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley is trash.
He is really funny to watch.
Michael Jordan hits that hole in one by fucking Bugs Bunny doing the magnet underneath the earth, and then he goes over.
Golf balls are magnetic.
Yeah, because golf balls need to be CG and not like why was that golf ball CG?
Oh yeah, they CG'd it's like the grass looks like it's a still image.
Yeah,
like the whole background and they just animated
like
the
a
ball.
JPEG. They
maybe they
put
did
a GIF on top of a JPEG.
That's exactly what it's a weird scene. They could have just put a string on the fucking golf ball and drug it into the hole.
No, they're like it has to be the most unbelievable looking thing in the world.
So, anyways, he gets sucked into the Toon world.
But Wayne Knight's holding the most '90s fucking disposable camera.
Oh yeah.
That was like Bill Murray.
That wasn't disposable. That's what cameras look like back then.
You think? But the thing, he was holding it like sideways.
That
like
was like a $250.
You had to do that though. Shit. Oh my god. It's been too long. But yeah, he gets sucked into the earth.
He wanted that portrait mode.
No one really cares that Michael Jordan just got sucked into the earth.
Yeah, the first thing Bill Murray says is, "What kind of camera is that?"
Yeah,
And
that was like clearly like the best line that he improv the whole movie. Like, because he's really bad the whole movie, and then he says that, and it's like,
everyone's bad the whole movie though.
Dan DeVito's fucking nailing it in.
DeVito probably didn't know what this movie was.
They just gave him lines.
He delivers. He shows up.
He did show up. We all know the Looney Tunes humor. It's kind of slapsticky, highly exaggerated action, kind of gross a little bit of the time. But when you put a human being into the action, being lifted up on giant chairs and being
crumpled into a basketball, that was very disturbing.
The way Jordan reacts to everything is like he's on Ambien.
What?
It was very obvious that he was on a
cartoon.
It was very obvious.
That was his character arc for the movie. He's like, I'm not gonna help you guys, and then they called him Baldy, or the aliens called him Baldy, and he's like, wait, what? I'll train you.
You're all washed up, Baldy.
Baldy.
Seeing him go from like being in this Looney Tunes world, clearly on a green screen by himself, and there Bugs Bunny screaming like, "We need your help!" and he's just like, "I'm a baseball player now."
Yeah, but I play baseball. Like that's how he delivers every one of his lines.
I like how he's like trying to be reasonable about it. Like, I can't really help you guys. I kind of changed sports. He's like completely like not acknowledging like anything else.
And that's this whole movie. Like
he's missing.
He's missing, and then his children are just like, okay, like they're like, we have your dad. He's helping us play basketball. Okay, it's like this movie is full of stuff like that. Where characters are like, he got sucked down a hole. All right,
everyone
he's
has
probably okay down
there.
It
was the 90s.
I wish I had the ability to suspend my disbelief that hard. It's like, oh yeah, sure, that's
every
fine.
Character is just like
great.
Weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
You see, the Looney Tunes have a big basketball game coming up, and your dad's gonna play.
All right.
We have to suspend our disbelief for all the fucking fetishes we're seeing on the screen through all these
I'm
scenes.
not suspending it. Nothing, dude. That shit was intended.
A lot of spitting.
This was made by adults.
Something's getting suspended in this
was
situation.
made by. How many times have been uncovered that like someone's like, oh yeah, I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Like I put the dick in this on purpose. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of wild how many of these things kind of come together. Like when Lola Bunny shows up and like she's clearly intended to like
the most sexualized.
Dude, that's like 5 fetishes in.
I know. Yeah.
You're scared. You said you didn't want to skip ahead.
We won't skip ahead.
We've got Porky P play to start with.
Porky P play.
I wrote them down.
Right.
Boo.
I wet myself.
Then the spit scene.
Yeah, they're the spitting.
Everyone just starts spitting everywhere.
That was like a fucking fetish power hour right there with the whole cleaning sequence.
Spitting.
And then these are all my list. They're all back to back.
Back to back. And the part where Foghorn Leghorn is like spanking the dog, like in the background.
What was that?
It was like a visual gag that was just in the background, and it wasn't a visual.
By his ears, it's paddling his ass in the background.
But we saw it like 3 times because it panned through that sequence, right? Yeah. Everyone's like, it's their training because they're like, we're gonna be good at basketball, and then Foghorn Leghorn's just like,
this is how
animator had to
train.
animate like different angles of that scene like 3 or 4 times.
Is that like some slavery shit?
I don't know, man.
We're up to 3. 4,
the
I guess.
Foot fetish.
What?
When they ask about the shoes and nobody has
no one's
shoes.
wearing shoes and they're like showing them on the screen.
Everyone's feet.
Well, the ass kissing of the WB.
When did that happen?
That was pretty early. He's like, look, I'm owned by WB, and it's Daffy Duck or someone, right?
Yeah, he just like smooches on his ass.
Picks his own ass up and
turns
around
around
ass with his own ass and like eats his own ass. And it's got a WB logo on it.
There's so many WB logos in this movie. They have to pass a WB logo membrane to get into Looney Tunes town.
Just in case you weren't aware.
Like, yo, we own this. This is our property. By the way, we own this. Like, they just keep bringing it up.
Don't forget.
We own this.
This is a WB movie.
Oh my God.
Then the furry bunny.
Furries.
When Lola Bunny's supposed to very clearly arouse you to the point where they
Don't call her doll.
The Don't Call Her Doll. That's to her for 5 lines in the movie.
They were too up and down with that character. It was like feminist agenda, like strong female. She's the only one who knows how to play basketball for some reason. They never explained that. Like she's got mad handles. She can dunk all this shit.
She's better than Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan's like, all right, okay.
Jordan's like, I forgot how to play basketball because I'm a professional baseball player.
She was like, yo, I never left Rutgers, dog.
Bugs Bunny turns stiff as a board.
Yeah.
When she does the like
bugs
thing to him, and he
erection joke, not really a fetish.
Straight up boner joke.
Yeah, definitely.
In a kid's movie.
Yeah, he just
That's
goes
fine.
Stiff. Inflation.
That's later on, though. That's later on.
No, it happens twice. There's 2 inflation.
Oh my God, it happens twice.
Spitter face guy shows up.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to like play ball.
Oh, the
he's like he's slow, and he's like and large, and the dude's gut expands.
Oh yeah.
Like pregnancy fetish, and he picks it up.
We can skip ahead slightly to Wayne Knight's character.
It's such a weird thing.
It's like that one's like literally 2 fetishes back to back. First, you have crushing because the Monstars all jump on him when he gets the ball. He does get a point, but it's just
yeah.
There's a lot of dogpile in this. There's constant like that's like the movie where all of the sports scenes are just dogpiling.
That's how you fix things.
Yeah,
sports.
And then he gets reinflated. And he's like really happy about the fact that he's getting reinflated. He's a balloon boy.
He's like smiling.
And he's just like.
And then it's Brazilian fart porn.
It's like
Brazilian fart porn.
Ew.
Oh my.
The gym's fixed.
Yeah, the gym's
fixed. We got
fixed.
Jordan.
They're doing the training montage.
Did they get him his shorts at this point? They go to get Jordan's shorts. Yo.
Hey, we need Jordan shorts.
We can't
do it.
It's
otherwise.
like raggedy ass fucking North Carolina shorts. He had to have been in his 30s in this movie, right? Or
Jordan?
Yeah. Anyway,
one of us was
those
right.
shorts are at least 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
And he still has them, and he says he still wore them every day or every game of the Bulls.
I was telling you guys this while we were watching it, but when they're getting those shorts, when like Daffy and Bugs Bunny go into their house to get Jordan's gear. That's the first level of the PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn Space Jam video game.
So I have to ask, what is the level structure of that game? So you play levels that are like a side scroller?
To my knowledge, because I could only play it for about 10 minutes before I had to stop, you get the shorts and then you just play basketball. And that's the game.
It goes, so it's 2 levels.
There might be like side levels, like mini games and stuff. But like, I mean,
they wouldn't make sense.
They wouldn't make mini games,
which
back
is
then.
like 90s movies.
Yeah, but basically it was like a discount
or games, rather.
NBA Jam with no music.
I want to get that.
It was sick. But yeah,
I never even knew there was a game.
I think at that point it's just straight up into the game. I don't remember anything happening between training and them playing the game.
What's his name? Like how does he get sucked down?
Everyone's kind of like just shows up in the Looney Tune world unexpectedly.
Yeah,
like,
and it's like they don't like Deus Ex Machina, and no one gives a shit.
Well, they make a joke about that later in the movie with Bill Murray because he's like, how did you get here? And he's like, friends of a producer, they just dropped me off.
Just how did you get here anyway?
Producer's a friend of mine. Just had a teamster come and drop me off.
Okay.
I swear they wrote something for him to say, and he's like, "Not gonna say that.
No,
not gonna say that. You get me for 3 hours.
Yo,
I'm just gonna say what I say.
Yo, that line sucks." At this point, yeah, we're at the game. It's just like straight into it. They get into their new uniforms, the Toon Squad.
And they're getting dogpiled on.
You get another shot of Jordan's abs.
More shots of Jordan's
as he's
abs.
putting on the.
It's just Jordan's abs and. What's a bunny's tits?
Lola bunny,
Lola's tits,
fur patches.
Yeah, she's gone back down to just like eye candy.
I wanted them to hook up. Yeah, I didn't care about.
They did.
Bugs.
Wait, who?
Jordan and
Lola.
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's a pretty good chip, dude.
I was
not gonna lie.
That's a whole different.
They were the 2
fetish.
sexiest things in the movie.
You're not wrong.
Why would you not have your 2 leads hook up like that?
That's true.
Usually the lead gets like the female. So
there's also a point.
I'm gonna put fan art on the
bunny.
screen of like someone has drawn Michael Jordan Lola Bunny, and that's going right there.
Rule 34.
Rule 34. It exists.
Care of you.
If it doesn't exist, well, God help us. Yeah, everyone shows up for the game and they get just destroyed.
First half
done.
Foghorn, the racist song.
Yeah, he shows up and he's like, I'm building my
he's
I want to go
down.
back to the land of the cotton.
He's just running down. He's just dribbling down the fucking court, singing his old racist like plantation song.
I wish I was in the land of cotton. Where? Going somewhere. May I remind you, sir, that did you order original recipe or extra crispy?
The 2 guys with guns are like, it's like
they do the Men in Black shit.
Yeah, no, that was
after.
That was Blues Brothers.
Was it? I don't.
No, that was Pulp
Was
Fiction. It was Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs.
That's a good
it was
reference.
like a riff on Pulp Fiction, I think.
I liked all the entrances when everyone's coming in though, because you got like Lola Bunny had everyone just whistling,
and then
like very clear.
Daffy,
hey, remember the fact that she's
sexy.
You want to buy our figures, or
and
Lola
then
Bunny figures?
And then Tasmanian Devil's animation changes.
It like gets good.
It got back to the classic. The derpy newer one was like most of his scenes were that, and then for that one he was like the old.
Yeah,
like the first iteration of him.
I'm pretty sure I had a Tasmanian shirt that was like a Space Jam shirt. Did y'all have that?
I didn't have a Space Jam shirt, but I had a Tasmanian Devil shirt that was like neon outlines.
It's sick. Dude.
Got it at Big Dog probably.
Was Taz an icon for 90s graphic tees?
Yeah,
actually, I think
like
it was
Tweety.
Tweety Bird, yeah, like
Tweety and Taz.
I saw one of those in the wild the other day at the back of someone's car, like the badass looking Tweety thing.
Dude, that's weird. Why were those the iconic characters?
Well, there was also Calvin
Tweety, dude.
Calvin pissing.
Yeah, well, I mean that Bill Watterson was like pissed about that. Yeah, he hates about that.
Yeah, so they get their asses kicked in the first quarter, and they're in the locker room, and Michael Jordan's giving the worst speech.
Fetish number 6.
Fetish number 6.
The fucking Michael's secret stuff.
Michael's secret stuff.
Spilling out of the bottle. They can't even hold it. It's just like squirting all over the place.
I love that he's just kind of like hovering around Looney Tunes, being like, guys, we can do it.
Believe in
yourself. It's like is that how you became like an all-star champion, bro.
Yeah.
Guys.
Dude, Bugs Bunny, is it just me or is he like devoid of any kind of charisma in this movie? Like
Bugs
usually
Bunny?
Bugs Bunny's like super charismatic and he's just like delivering lines half-assed.
Did
like,
Bugs even make a net?
No.
I don't remember Bugs scoring.
shot.
Dude, Bugs sucks in this movie.
Bugs fucking sucks.
He's like the Joker, dude. He just like manipulates everyone.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly
into
what
keeping him out of slavery.
And the and the voice actor for him was just like, "Hey, what is up, Doc?"
Nah.
He kind of like he's just like didn't give a fuck the whole movie. Like when the guys show up, the first aliens show up and they like fuck everything up and they leave and he's just like watching them leave, eating a carrot. He's like,
"We're gonna need some help."
Guess for Squid, right? Like, just ask your dad to do a Bugs Bunny impression, and it's like
That's what it
on
sounds
par.
like.
It's just like some fucking guy acting like he's Bugs Bunny. It's so bad.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he gives them the special stuff.
They roid up.
And they're like, you know what? We got that fucking Michael sauce. We're going to go out there.
Oh, then Lola Bunny drops back down a notch.
Yeah.
And then the craziest montage. Like,
when they start scoring and stuff.
With the weirdest
like terrorism, like guns out of control.
They were like, those were fouls. Like, straight up foul. Like,
what? Dynamite's not legal?
Yeah.
It was kind of weird that the scoreboard reset, because previously it said...
kind of one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
And then it's just like 68.
Some of those cuts during that montage were ridiculous.
Dude, they were such non sequitur cuts too. It was just very jarring. That whole it was as if someone had never made a montage, didn't even know what a montage was, and then saw Rocky and was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it in a game."
I can't help but like laugh at all. Like, I know every single scene with Jordan in it is green screened. Everything is drawn around him. So I'm imagining them holding a camera at him and they're like, all right, now smile like you're at your side girl's house or something like that. And he's just like,
and he's just looking at his watch.
and they cut that the one thing where it's close on his face for like 1 second. And then it goes to like someone slam dunking or something.
Yeah.
Creating a complex, multifaceted, technological masterpiece such as Space Jam takes an army of technicians, artists, and craftsmen from a variety of different fields, all working together to make sure their piece of the puzzle will fit seamlessly into this astonishing new world.
This isn't a Looney Tunes movie.
Tweety and the Iron Lung.
Oh yeah,
we want to talk about that. It was like
when the Monstars like decided like, hey, we're gonna kill their players.
It was after they upped the ante when he was we get Jordan on Planet Moron.
Planet Moron.
We didn't even bring that up.
Jordan raises the stakes.
Yeah, he's like, well,
because it's just like dumb movie shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, he wanted to save. He wanted to get Charles back his game.
Oh yeah, he was like.
That's why he did it.
Okay.
Because Wayne Knight was in the locker room for some reason of the Monstars,
he knew.
and Danny DeVito
the torture scene. I forgot about that.
He looks towards the camera
ass.
and he's like, "Because we have the spirits of the NBA players," and then they beat the shit out of
He's
him.
like, "Oh, that's how they did it.
That's how they did the thing."
I mean, what is there left to say? They win.
They win with the help of Bill Murray.
But okay, yeah, that Bill Murray coming in and looking at the camera.
Yeah.
He's been an actor for years and years at this point, and he looked at the camera.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. Nobody gave a shit.
No. He gave the least amounts of shit. Wayne Knight, that guy was like...
he was the only one
He
trying.
was there with Danny DeVito. Two short fat guys gotta like hang out together.
Yo, he was going for the Oscar with this one.
When you don't have the looks, man, you got to make up with the skill.
You got to sell it.
And he was selling it, dude.
Yeah.
He looked like he was a salesman.
ABC.
And it turns out that Bill Murray was really good at basketball.
He didn't do shit.
He was the one who was diverting everybody and getting all like the passes in the middle of the play, which is why he was so sweaty afterwards.
He was the one who clutched. He was the Deus Ex.
The white guy saved the day in the basketball game.
Even in the basketball
I don't even
game.
remember what he did.
No, he was barely there.
He just caught the ball, and then at the end he was just as glazed as Jordan.
Yeah, after 10 seconds.
And he didn't want to party with him. He's like, I gotta go ice down my knees.
Yeah, I just feel like that was him walking off set.
Yeah, he actually just got in the car after that.
I gotta ice these knees.
He got in a
They're
taxi.
like, we still got you for 30 minutes. I gotta ice these knees, and that's it. That was the last scene he shot.
But we can't forget the final fetish, arm stretching.
Oh. It's so off-putting to see. They try to set it up because the Wayne guy, he gets like inflated like a balloon, and then Jordan's like, why did you fucking tell me like I could do that in here? So they like try to set it up
in the Matrix.
Why did you tell me this was the
You
Matrix?
mean there are no rules?
This was the Matrix. Holy shit, this was the Matrix.
This was the Matrix. You go into like another world and yeah, at the end, Michael and everybody win the game and everyone's really happy, and then he gets the power back from the aliens on the golden space ball.
Oh yeah, we bring Barkley and the boys back.
Barkley and the boys are back, who are literally, like we mentioned earlier, sitting in a gym.
In an empty
Guys,
gym
we
by
suck.
themselves. Just the 5 guys.
Guys, we suck.
Man, we suck. I like how they're sitting in a basketball court. Like,
They're sitting at a high school basketball court.
Remember when we used to be able to do this? Were they on a team together?
No,
I guess
I think it was just all.
They were just all random dudes.
random dudes.
Spares.
So it was like
Berkeley
these
and some
guys
spares.
normally don't even hang out with each other, and now here they are in this.
They
empty...
called them disabled in it. They were like they brought up
They
multiple
did do
times.
that.
They were like news. They were like news broadcasts, and they're like 5 members of the NBA have been disabled.
Christ.
And then they're in wheelchairs. They're in wheelchairs, like being wheeled around the hospital. That was another montage. That was like the best montage in this movie.
Yeah,
You guys
Like,
you missed the scene where all the tall dudes all hit their heads on the doorway and passed out.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you both were like looking at your phone or something. I saw it happen and I looked at you guys and you guys were not looking at the screen.
You were by yourself.
I just didn't say anything.
Was that some fucking stormtrooper shit?
It was like
Yeah,
Patrick Ewing, the white guy, and like the other tall dude. They all just like fucking hit their
Bonk.
heads and just like fell back like
That's
they were
pretty
dead.
funny. Touch that basketball, and they touch it, and they
It'll
get their
fix
powers
it.
back, and immediately the short ones just starts dribbling like, I could do it again.
Short one.
It's like, I can handle the rock again. That's what he said.
I can handle the rock.
They made that plan. We didn't talk about the plan that they made. Where Bill Murray said all that bullshit and Jordan was like, we're on defense.
He's like, oh,
And then he's like, but do the same thing.
Yeah, same plan. Get the ball to Jordan.
Get the ball to
which is
Jordan.
which is funny because that was like the actual Chicago
that was
Bulls
the Bulls.
plan.
Just get the ball to Jordan.
We got an insight into the fucking like the locker
The
room.
actual.
I think the last time we see any of the Looney Tunes actually in the movie is Lola and Bugs smooching.
Oh yeah.
And then she's
Is
like,
that your man?
I forgot about that shit.
That was the best
That
line
was a
in the
good
movie.
line.
That's your man.
He like body slams Bugs Bunny into 2D.
let's play the clip right now. Go for it.
Oh my. Bugs! Bugs!
This your man.
Boom. Okay, it's done.
you gonna
That's
edit
it.
that in?
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that
Okay.
in.
I
That's
don't have
fine.
anything to say. I just
Are
wanna
you
bring
gonna
it
keep
up.
doing
I
that?
just want to bring it up. No, it's a good moment. That's the best
clip.
moment in the movie, honestly.
That's your man.
That's your man.
That's some shit that
After
would
he
happen
bodies
like on
someone.
Twitter.
Yeah.
This your man.
The final part of the movie, they have the cameras ready at a Bulls game, an actual Bulls game. I guess his return. I don't know
he
if that
comes
was
out of
real.
retirement.
No, that was just footage from a Bulls game.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the movie.
Okay. I mean, no, I figured that was the case. I was just like, because they're like, all right.
I think he had actually retired and gone back to playing by the time that movie came out.
I bet he was already going back before the movie was even
Yeah.
out.
No,
I
I
bet
think
the
he was
movie was
playing
a part
again.
of his comeback.
That's what
He
No.
planned it.
No.
that we've been saying that Space
He
Jam is a
strategized it.
biography.
It is. It
So-
pretty much, it's like a
It's a masturbation biography on
it's
Jordan.
It's like that Miles Ahead, that biopic, where they just made everything the fuck up.
yeah. Space Jam, the
biography.
Somewhat autobiographical.
man. Before we end on a freeze frame of Jordan
Oh
about
yeah,
to jump.
him just in a game.
Just in a game.
Just some footage.
Yo, they didn't have to pay for that shot.
I like how
They pay NBC
they
for
paid
that?
for that. I like how they paid for that footage, but they didn't pay for what basketball actually looks like in 1996.
They probably didn't know what basketball was.
They
It was just a bunch of animators.
Animators don't play basketball. Silly.
They know though, dude. There'd be like fucking janitors and shit at my job. They'd be like, "Oh, you got the game on?"
Well, apparently they thought basketball was just shooting people in the face with guns.
Bring guns, dynamite, bombs, guns, whatever you got. Steroids,
Steroids,
TNT,
peds.
Michael sauce.
Yeah.
What's general
thoughts? I liked it.
I had a lot of fun.
It was a giant brand deal.
It was kind of
That's
a giant
all
brand
that
deal.
was.
I think this movie is iconic to me in the sense that I can't go to a sport game at any venue
and enjoy
of
it?
any type without hearing the soundtrack for this fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every song. What do you got? The fucking quad CDs?
I don't think those songs were on the soundtrack. I think those were just
in the movie.
Some of that stuff was just like shit they play at sporting events.
Yeah, I go to hockey games and they're like,
pump
Step
it
up
up.
to the jam.
Bam, 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 bam,
I think
bam, bam.
after that, Quad City DJ just make
Basketball
like,
music.
They just make sporting
Only?
event music.
Yeah. Well, why don't we start with you?
I mean,
So is that.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like, it's a dumbass movie.
On a scale of 1 to Hereditary.
Oh, I mean, nothing's hereditary.
Hereditary.
5 out of 10. Solid 5 out of 10. A 6, maybe even a 6 out of 10, which is like totally enjoyable. 6 out of 10 is like a super solid movie.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
What about you, Warren?
This movie was trash.
Well, yeah.
The acting was bad. The
acting
CG
was
bad.
really bad.
The plot was just fucking nonsensical.
Yeah.
This is a kids movie.
This is definitely a kids movie, but like,
and after watching this, you know, like all the people who are talking about Space Jam and like act like they like Space Jam and are constantly Space Jam memeing have not fucking seen Space Jam.
yeah. I feel like I like Space Jam from an not necessarily an ironic point, but like
The Room.
Like
People like The Room.
Yeah.
People like Space Jam.
If I ever had a kid, I would show them this movie. Be like, hey, look at this dumb shit.
Why? Because like
Your kid's
everything
not gonna
in this
enjoy
shit is
that.
washed.
You know what?
There's no like they have no
Just
nothing
show
to
them
reference
straight
to.
Looney Tunes.
Like when you
Straight
saw
Looney Tunes.
this,
Yeah, you're right.
all of this shit was on top of the world when you first saw it. Like Michael Jordan was the best player. He's fucking rich and all this bullshit. Looney Tunes is killing it. And now it's like none of that shit's happening.
You gotta wait for the inevitable reboot
I'm good on that.
with Ginobili or LeBron.
LeBron is probably they're gonna actually like it's gonna be when LeBron retires that they
do Space Jam 2.
Yeah, and then he's gonna start playing again.
Jam harder.
I don't want to see the Monstars come back. I want a new villain.
They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna be as good as these. I actually love the Monstars. That's my favorite.
The Monstars
part of
are
it.
pretty
I hate when they're small.
They're idiots. No, the small ones are
The
terrible.
small ones are like, yeah, it's like your little cousin doing the voice acting.
I like how they made the blue one really dumb, setting it up like some of the others would be smarter, but they're all just fucking dumb.
Yeah. They're like, this one walks into things. It's like, yeah, no, the other ones aren't better.
He's just like dumber.
Yeah.
So this isn't the only Warner Brothers animated movie, like the crossover with reality either. Wasn't there one with Brendan Fraser? Looney Tunes Back in Action or some shit?
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one either.
Never even heard of
I
that.
think that's like way more recent though. I want to say that's only like 10
I believe
years
that
old.
was like 2007 or something
Brendan
like
Fraser though, I'm good.
that. Yeah.
Good on that.
Maybe I'll just watch that by myself.
I'll take Jordan over Brendan Fraser any day.
Would any of you guys recommend this movie?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might
I
as
would.
well. With like 7 asterisks.
I don't like to do dumb things, so
I loved it.
You were laughing. You were having a good time.
What do you mean you don't like to do dumb things? You do Gunpla.
that's kind of like when I'm at work and I see somebody like fuck up and they get fired and I laugh. That doesn't mean I want to see it. I had to and it was funny. I had to be there and it was funny, so I laughed. That doesn't mean I wanted to do it.
Well, Space Jam, everybody. We've done it. This was the end of the very first episode of the Combustibles.
Did you like it? Like, click, subscribe, share on
Pass
Facebook.
through the membrane.
Pass through the membrane. Pass through the membrane.
Pass
Get
it
your
on.
fetishes in line. And, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're trying a new thing here.
Email us your questions.
File missing persons reports
I'm missing-
when your dad disappears.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. The fact that the family's just like, look, they show up in the house and the kids are like, it's like, where's our dad? We haven't seen him in weeks.
Just
All right, take his shorts.
all right.
Take his pants.
All of that.
I guess it's because the brand recognition of the Looney Tunes. But yeah, we'll be doing this kind of frequently, I think, if it goes down well and we don't kill each other right after this.
I hated this.
You hated this? It wasn't a good time.
We're not doing it again. Bye-bye.
I'm gone. I'm not saying anything.
You're saying something, right?
It's over.
Yeah, cut it out. Edit that out.
File a missing persons report.
Hey, thank you all so much for watching. Big shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. If you guys end up enjoying the show quite a bit, I'll be adjusting the Patreon tiers to have a little more involvement in this show. As it stands now, it's just the three of us doing everything, so if we receive a lot of support, we'll put all of that into making the Combustibles come out more frequently. As well as more videos, not gonna be stopping those anytime soon. If you dug the video, well, then hey, give us a like or a comment. Maybe subscribe and slam that notification bell. If you didn't like it, maybe leave us some feedback so we can try to make it better. We'll be putting this out every other week alongside normal videos of mine, so get ready for a lot more coming up soon. Love you guys, and I'll catch you later.